Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to do something cool. We are going to call another smart contract from a smart contract using something called an interface in Solidity. So apparently an interface, it's not really an official function. Some people are calling it an abstract contract, an abstraction, built-in tool. Apparently a few programming languages or many have some kind of interface built in. So right now in Solidity, we're going to show you how to use that interface and with two contracts. One is going to be the callee contract, which has functions called from it, and the caller contract is going to have the interface in it and it's going to retrieve the function information from the callee contract on and verified on the blockchain. So this is super cool. So all the code and comments are in the YouTube comments, and let's head over to this GitHub repository and start with the callee contract. So let's grab that code and head over to Remix because Remix is super easy and it works. So start with the callee. You can name your files whatever you want, of course. And just a heads up, I'm still learning along with you guys. So I'm a novice, but I'm very into this stuff and I'm sharing my bite-sized tutorials with you. Hopefully you get something out of it and it helps me learn. So right now we're in the callee contract, of course. Declare your contract or whatever, call it whatever you want. Don't declare it. And if you want to actually receive Ether or ERC20 tokens, you got to have one of these two in the contract. So the receive function or built-in fallback function, because I'm going to show you how to retrieve the balance from another contract in this video. So here's the functions. The get balance function you can see here. Get a name, and the data type, and of course they're named with keywords external and view. I'm still learning my way around this, the difference between view and pure, and things like that. But you get the picture. So let's go ahead and deploy this. Make sure the compiler is matching with the contract. Okay, so let's compile this contract. Let's head over to deployment and let's select injected provider MetaMask. I really like using this Goerli test network. So let's do that and make sure you have some test Goerli in there. If you don't already, you can get it Goerli Faucet and get it at goerlifaucet.com. So let's deploy this contract and got to sign it, confirm it. Your MetaMask, okay, pending. Let's head back to Remix, wait for it to show up. Okay, so once that shows up, we'll also grab the address associated with it and head over to the caller contract. Okay, that took a second or two, but okay, here we are. So right now you can see, of course, all the functions, view bolt balance, 0 ETH, get balance. Okay, that's in GUI or way. So that's going to show up once we send it. But let's go through the functions. So get name Jim, the truck Raptor, truck number 2, F-150. Okay, that's all super cool, but not as exciting as getting that information from another contract, which could be, somewhere across the world. All right, so let's go back to the caller contract, head back to GitHub, and then I'm going to grab that code from the caller contract and go through a couple basic things in here. So caller contract, paste, scroll up. Okay, so right here you see the interface written in here, and apparently a lot of people are using the capital I to denote it. I'm not sure if that's a necessity. I don't believe it is, but it can't hurt to have it. And apparently that's what a lot of people smarter than myself are using to denote their interfaces. So declare it. I'm still learning, but this is how it's written, and you'll see all the functions that you want to call that are externally viewable in the callee contract are all written in here, and of course the data type has to match up. So next up here is the main contract, which we always see, and you're going to need the smart contract address from the callee contract. So right now you can see it deployed down here, the callee address. Let's copy it and let's put it right in here so it knows which smart contract to talk to. I'm not necessarily recommending this as best security purposes at all. This was just the way I could figure out how to make this work, 1.0. So we have the functions in here, and then after the return keyword, you'll see we have that interface written in there, as well as selector of the particular functions that you want to pull through, and you'll get the result. So let's go to compile and make sure you have 8.9 compile. Okay, that worked. Deploy. Now this was super huge. I think it's softwarenotebook.com. Big shout out. Um, Apparently in Remix, when you're using an interface, it'll automatically select the interface as the deployed contract selection. You might not notice it. I tripped up over this so many times. You have to, scroll down and select the actual contract to deploy. So I will give him a shout out in the YouTube comments as well on his site because he figured that out. So let's confirm this. Okay, so now we're deploying the Callura contract. We'll wait for that to show up here. Looks like block hit. Okay, call lead contract and the main contract. Okay, so now in the main contract, okay, the balance of the other contract is ETH, but the get balance is going to show the balance through the function in way or GUI because that's what we're using for today. So right now showing 0, but look, it's actually pulling the name Jim from that function from the other smart contract. Raptor F150. So what we want to do is want to be able to retrieve the balance of another smart contract, not just by using Etherscan, but by this interface, through the interface, because that's what's super cool. Where, and a lot of that, those core fundamentals are important and are going to be important when using these types of more complex contracts in business. You're going to be able to need to get the balance and communicate that back and forth. So let's get that smart contract address from the deployed contract section. Let's go to MetaMask. Let's send it some test ETH real quick, and then grab that balance from the caller. Smart contract and display it. So, okay, next. Okay, confirm. So while we're waiting for that to confirm, we will actually, let's stay in this page. Now we can go back to Remix, and it should actually automatically show the balance increase. All right, taking a little while, but it's been known to happen. So pending. Okay, just confirmed. And then you'll see the balance went up to 0.001 ETH. Then when we use this particular get balance function, it's showing it in way or GUI or something, but you see it's like trillion or 10 trillion, whatever, in GUI or way. So that's really neat. So now let's navigate out of the callee contract and go to the main calling contract. So right now, balance is 0 before. Let's get the balance, and it's actually showing the sent balance in GUI, which is awesome. So thanks for joining. And in the next video, I'm going to do something similar. It's going to be a shorter video, but we're going to do a similar process and just do it in a hard hat, which is going to be really neat. Okay, thanks, and catch you next time.